EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We are along the Paracel Islands in the South China Sea. Frank, on a mission here today. What can you tell us about this course?
Well, one thing, Rich, we don't want to fatigue out there, so I've got my battle gear on. Interesting layout ahead. Plenty of water. The island's there to be negotiated, navigated, and you never know what just might pop up during the course of the game.
And partner, let me just, before we get started, salute you.
I salute you too, Rich. You ready?
Ready. Aim. Fire. All right, Frank, we are all set to tee off here at the first. The opening hole, it's a drive off an old aircraft carrier to an island. Tell us a little bit about this opener.
We're going to need full flaps to get this ball up quickly, Rich. Green on the right side of the island, so a little bit of trim to the right. Just miss those palm trees, and you might just find the target.
Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. This for Jordan Spieth's birdie. One under early in the round. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Now to the second hole, and Frank, I'd be happy to see something with just the normal amount of obstacles, say, a bunker, maybe a pond. Those would be rather benign compared to what we're seeing right here on this second hole.
Yeah, that's no love shack. That's a guard shack there on the right of the green, just past that bridge. So this green well protected on that right side. Of course, water adorns this island green, and tons of local fauna around the green. This is one green you do not want to miss.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. He'll need to be strong with this.
Even par currently.
So into red figures at 1 under. Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under.
Well, Rich, we've got the drone. It's headed back. Told us it's 216 yards to the middle of the green. If we can just aim a little right of the gun turret on the destroyer, that should be a good line.
Well, this is the definition of a blind tee shot right here. But you need all of the modern equipment, the modern telecommunications, just to try to get you zeroed in on where you're supposed to go.
Well, maybe you can capture the flag here, though, with a birdie.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Frank, this game, you know full well, is not just about the good hard strikes. Sometimes you have to control your golf ball, and he doesn't quite seem to be able to do that yet.
Yeah, distance control is a skill. No two ways about it. Know how far you hit each club.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. That birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par.
He'll take par and move on. Par bid here. -1 in the early going. Frank, here at the fourth, there's an awful lot going on.
Well, there certainly is. Solar panels, radar tower is up and ready to go, so it will confirm the landing on the other side. If it's successful, this rather long par 3 around the 230-yard mark, so this is going to be all carry. If it land that ball on the green, it will not run through that beach area. And of course the trees and the palm trees all the way around. If this isn't flighted properly, it will not find the destination.
Seems like too much for just one man. This looks like a job for an entire flight crew, Frank.
Well, Rich, we should dig ourselves a trench and see what happens. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. "14 feet to the hole." Oh, hello there. Really nice putt. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Solid par to remain 1 under. Frank, you and I have called golf from around the world. Places like, well, the hot air balloon in the Grand Canyon comes to mind. This has been a rather unusual spot as well.
It is. I thought we'd be safe up here in the observation tower, Rich, but I don't know, with that boat coming in, or should I say the destroyer, I don't exactly feel safe right now. But we'll batten down the hatches as we watch the tee shot at the 5th.
Birdie try up next. This one doesn't look good.
Is water over there?
Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance. We often say, Rich, you should always try and make it. I got to disagree with that. Lag putting, it's just about taking the strain off the next one. There's always other holes to be played.
From that distance, you settle for 2 putts. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Nothing wrong with that par putt. -1 for the day. Frank, here at the 6th, a really fascinating hole.
It is mid sort of 200 yards, shared greens, a bit like St. Andrews. But because you're hitting it over an island, you're almost going to have to parachute this tee shot in here and get it to land softly. There's a lot of things going on behind, to the left and the side. It's like a little village that you're heading into. Hopefully you don't need a passport.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Good looking shot right here. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Birdie chance now for Jordan Spieth. Makes the putt and moving in the right direction. 2 under par. So they'll tap in. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Frank, I don't know if it's legal, but a player might want to get a detailed map from high overhead, maybe from a bomber squadron flying by, just to get an idea of what they're navigating on this hole.
Well, if you can't call one in, you can always go up one of those lookout towers and maybe get a good surveillance of the hole, or even the wind direction. It's not overly long, just under 160 yards. Green sets up nicely, though, directly aiming at the player at the tee.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, what's ahead after missing the par 3 here?
Well, a tricky little shot coming up, but really, this is a difficult par 3, so if you can get this up and down, it still won't be a lost cause.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Not what he had in mind when he stepped to the tee, but it would be just one drop shot. This for bogey. And now at 1 under for the round. And he makes it for par. Partner, look at that. Left here at the 8th hole. You and I could shoot a little hoop. You want to play a little donkey?
Yeah, it's very observant of you, Rich. Also, the barracks just up ahead that protect the left side of this green. So there's a lot of visual intimidation on this par 3. Follow the sandy trail, and there's green at the end.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left, and he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
This one looks good. Might like it. Oh, they're going to love it. What a putt. Now 2 to the good side. Frank, it's been a real battle out here so far on the front 9. Let's finish it off in style here.
There's a great view just slightly right of the 9th green. Look out. Now, that's full of people. You might get the appropriate applause, maybe even a standing ovation. At least a salute. 150 yards approximately to that flag, but you have to be precise. And let's see how precise you can be. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Boy, that looked for all the world like it was dead center.
I've got no idea how that missed.
Wow, rolling the ball beautifully makes birdie again.
Yeah, that pace, that roll, it's always getting to the hole, and it's the perfect, what we call the perfect holding speed. It uses all 4 1/4 inches of the cup.
3 under on the day. It's the start of the back nine mission. Rich Lerner for EA Sports, along with my partner Frank Nobilo. Frank, tell us a little bit about the 10th.
A very civilized par 3, Rich. This is the more populated part of the island. Just over 150 yards, which makes it reachable for anybody. Just a short iron coming in. You're going to need a short iron too, because that flag today on the left, tucked behind those palm trees, well away from the beach. And this will be fine, just a little left of the flag.
Early part of this second nine and a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie. Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
And rolls it in. Nice putt. Clean this up with a tap. Nice par to remain 3 under. The 11th hole here at Paracel Storm, now a military playground. Frank, certainly the players are thankful, having traded the guns for golf clubs. Good time out there so far.
A little bit of an obstacle course, though, here at 11. You can see the weather vanes that adorn the right side of this hole. Tee shot has to be played across that seawall. So once again, all carry. And let's see if he can land softly on the other side.
This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. Good putt and a good move. Now to 4 under. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Up to the 12th, making a trip across to an island green, Frank.
It looks more like a shipwreck island, and that's an evil place to put the green on that side. Very well defended by that rock wall as well as the water. And, of course, anything short, those big rocks that protect this green. This is probably the most heavily guarded par 3 on the golf course.
Make bogey or worse here, they might strand you out there. Frank, there's fairway, there's rough, and then there's mulch.
Yeah, the worst thing about the mulch is all these little chips around the ball, and that's so the ball doesn't sit up. And once again, this shot might look easy, but if you just miss it a bit, it so exaggerates the outcome.
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Okay, 20 feet, not too bad. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Thank goodness, Frank, back on dry land here.
As long as this one avoids it.
So it's been a tough hole. Previous shot went into the water, took the drop. This now, the 6th shot. Well, double par here. Time to pick up and move on. Not an easy one, 20 feet away. Now at -2 for the day. Going right back to the large island here at the 13th, Frank.
Trenches behind will certainly protect anything that goes a little bit long. Left of this green, you better call in the Navy.
Well, time to play it like the great Seve Ballesteros. What a bunker player he was. Getting some sand in the shoes now. And he's made it onto the green now. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Has it, and he's 2 under par. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. So just a formality here. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 12th hole seems to have rattled him a bit. Frank, this looks like a green where if things didn't go well, you might find yourself just walking around in a bit of a haze, maybe talking to an old volleyball that washed ashore.
It's almost like a booby trap, Rich. It looks way too easy after some of the other holes we've seen. I've got this sort of sneaking suspicion there's something out there. It just looks like a green, just perched up there with very little trouble around. That's got me thinking there might just be something out there. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. That will be a great look at birdie. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Spieth trying to light the fuse. This one's for birdie. Good score going. Now at 2 under par. Did the job right there. Frank, in any war zone, the element of surprise is always so critical, and we see that here at the 15th.
Yeah, this green is fortified by the jungle that surrounds it, and just a little feature that you often don't see on a golf course. It's not a bunker in the middle of that green, just a mini forest.
Just a little short shot here. Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Drops for a birdie. Settles in over the putt. Nice par to remain at 2 under. And just take a look out at the battleships burning, those solar panels, the bridges, the barracks. You know you're not at your dad's country club anymore. Just a bit left of the whole location.
Should still be okay.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Jordan Spieth can really roll it. Has good feel. Let's see what he does with this putt. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
He has a birdie opportunity here. -3 now for the round. Three under on the day. Now to the 17th hole, and as we come to the end of this round, you salute the players because they're out there carrying not only their golf clubs, but the med kits and the meal packs, because this is no ordinary golf course. You have to be on alert, high guard all the time.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So off the tee here at the par 3, not his best stuff, but still a chance to make the 3.
Yeah, that was a poor miss off the tee. See if he can redeem himself.
Wow, way to the right here.
And there's rough over there.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. He'll need to be strong with this. Spieth settles in over his birdie putt. How about that? 4 under par. Just a couple of feet. He's made it. Frank, the job is almost complete here at the 18th hole, and a good job at that, as we have seen some spectacular golf here at Paracel Storm in the South China Sea.
Just one more battle ahead. The difficult 18th. Should they succeed, then I think they're worthy of a salute.
So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Never a doubt, looking to make a statement today.
Second shot.
Wow, what a birdie. Frank, that was an impressive round out there today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament plays out.
This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. This is Rich Lerner alongside my colleague Frank Novelo for EA Sports, calling all the action for today's event. We are here at Wolf Creek Golf Club. It's located in Mesquite, Nevada. Frank, if I didn't know that it was Mesquite, Nevada, I think we landed on the moon and they built the golf course here. This is just mind-boggling.
100 years ago, you couldn't build a golf course like this here. Obviously, all the equipment needed, but in the end, it's wonderful. It's an absolute playground for anyone that sort of loves to play the game. It is desert golf, obviously because of the terrain, but the green oasis that cuts in between is each hole. It just sort of gives you a totally different experience because you keep having to remind yourself you are smack bang in the middle of the desert.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
See if they can let loose with a good one here from 160 yards. Second shot. That one is bunker bound, it looks like.
Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. And setting up here in the rough.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That's as bad as I have seen. Folks, that one is now on the fringe. No way! He hold it, Frank.
Great pitch up.
And now he has this for the birdie. Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. Ready to tee off here at the second hole. Quite a view from up here, Frank.
Once again, big elevated tee. And it's hard to imagine you have a tee that high up, but that'll shorten that 445 yards. Obviously, it's a dog leg left. You've got to be careful if you hit driver and 2 straight because then you can run out. A nice tee shot in the middle there, and then you've got a relatively straight shot into this sort of par 4 green, obviously going a little bit back up the hill. And once again, a little bit like that opening hole, sort of different tiers on that green. Try and make sure that you're on the right one.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Now the second shot here to this par 4 second.
Well, you took some yardage off that tee shot because it's playing downhill, and the second shot you might have to add a little bit on because it's going to play slightly back up the hill. Green has 3 different levels. It'll be very important you get the ball on the right level. That bunker on the right, if you come out of it a little bit because that second shot's slightly uphill, there could be a little bit of a problem, especially if the flag's all the way in the back.
Jordan Spieth eyeing this putt for birdie. So 2 under early on. Has it. That's birdie. Now on to the third, first of the short holes here at Wolf Creek. Uphill shot, Frank?
Yes, it's going to play a little longer because of that. Then it's 227 yards off the back tee. Hard to imagine you have a par 3 in amongst this desert. And really, that's all it is. Tee and green. There's not much in between. Well protected, as you can see, by those bunkers. And this green a little smaller than what you'd like for a hole that's around that 230-yard mark.
Players aren't just grabbing any old golf club these days, Frank. It's about spin rate and launch angle and all of those sorts of concepts.
Yeah, and the grooves. All those things help the player. Even the loft on wedges now. Loft is increased. We now see 64, 65-degree sand irons, so they get the ball up quicker and it stops quicker.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Here at the fourth, 383 yards from the back tee. It's a dogleg right, but Frank, looking at all of those bunkers, you could really make a mess of this hole if you stray.
You can. That's why you've got to simplify it. Just something there that's going to find the fairway. Even like 3-wood and a wedge, that's really all this hole's going to require. Avoid the canyons on the left and in the desert, as well as just, I don't know how many bunkers there is on the right side. So a little bit of fairway up the left, find that there, and really, you should be looking at a birdie putt.
Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. No fairway here. This one in that rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. $17-foot putt here. So the eagle goes begging. He still has this for birdie. These putts keep the round together. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
That puts them at 4 under for the round. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. How about this hole, Frank? Par 5, fifth.
If you stand on this tee for the first time, you've got virtually no idea where you've got to aim. Do you aim it left of those bunkers? Do you aim it over the sort of the canyon? Really, the answer is how far do you hit it, because that is going to determine the line that you hit it on. Avoid the water, that little stream, but you can always have a drink on the way if you want to, I guess. Second shot plays uphill, but this is a relatively short par 5, so very reachable. But you're going to see, you've got to flight that second shot. You want to make sure that ball's coming in nice and high to this green that's perched up.
Frank, what do we have with this approach here to the par 5?
A good tee shot across that stream there is going to leave an uphill second shot, and this green is raised in the front, very narrow between those two bunkers. It's going to take something rather special to carry the ball up high enough and land it soft enough to keep it on this par 5 and 2.
That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle. So going well up the hill to that green, will need to take an extra club here. This is a good-looking shot. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. You like that right there, Frank?
Beautiful lag putt. Great pace.
Settles in over the putt.
Rich, how can you leave an eagle putt short?
Well, you can't. I mean, that's embarrassing.
You can leave a par putt, birdie putt, an eagle putt.
Might want to just shut the game down and quit playing. With that, moves to 5 under par. Just a little tap in here. 4 under on the day. Frank, standing on the 6th tee and looking out at this golf course, I can't help but think that if you hit it offline here, you're going to be playing golf with the Billy Goats.
Yeah, you might actually turn into a billy goat come the end of the day, that's for sure. The huge elevation changes, once again, are apparent here at the 6th. Tis a dogleg to the right, not really a driver unless you want to sort of bring that creek into play or that little stream that cuts across. Second shot, a little bit uphill. Those bunkers are really where you shouldn't go, we all know that. And this green is anything other than flat. A fun-looking hole, too, and a fun hole to play.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy.
Pure strike, good result.
Right, and that is close.
Second shot here at the 6th at Wolf Creek. What do you think of this approach, Frank?
Well, it's decision time, really, Rich. Do you want to try and fly it onto this green, or do you try and run it in between those two bunkers? Personally, I think you've got to fly it because you've got a backstop behind the screen. All the mountains that sort of protect the back of the screen. If anything, it should run back on.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, a very short par 4 here at the 7th, but not one you're going to try to hit off the tee?
No, unless you can fly the ball sort of 300 yards on the nose and stop it within sort of 5 or 6 yards, it's really too risky. This green is not very deep, just sort of 10 or 15 yards in depth. It's just a layup hole, but layup hole just it simply doesn't mean grab a club and hit it down the fairway. The best way to play it is to try and hit the ball right on the number. And what I mean by number, I mean the full shot yardage for your second shot, even if that only is a sand iron.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is gone.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. And setting up here in the rough.
pitch. I thought he could get this close.
That just is amazing. Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. This one just requires a little bit of focus. How about 7 under par now? Frank, the par 3/8 really is Wolf Creek in a nutshell. It's hard and it's really pretty.
It is, and it's really long too. Just under 250 yards off that back tee. Slight bit of elevation, but you can see from the tee, obviously, where you don't want to go and where you do go. If you're a little, tender of heart, then aim for the right side and avoid all that water down the left. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Frank, about 150 yards to that hole location. All in all, Frank, doesn't look too bad.
Just maybe a little right of the flag.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him. More than a bonus on the scorecard, that.
Shouldn't be a problem here. In for par. Finishing up this front side here at the par 4 ninth, 390 yards. And what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, it looks relatively straightforward, but it's anything other than that. Decision time again. Do you lay it up into that wide area of the fairway? If you're a longer hitter and you are out here to have a little bit of fun, then maybe you want to take the head cover off because you get a little bit of an advantage if you can drive it over that last bunker on that right side, or at least take that out of play, because you're only going to have a short pitch in here.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. And it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot coming out of the rough here. On the green, and a chance for birdie. This is the second shot at the par 4.
It's at sneaky distance.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. 115 yards. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, it's a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Good-looking shot right here. Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. One thing Spieth has shown early in his career, he is rock solid on the par putts. Nothing wrong with that par putt. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. 8 under par for the round. On to the 11th hole, we're looking downhill, 215 yards to the green.
And this is one of the holes that you realize you're at Wolf Creek. You would never see this hole anywhere else in the world. It's amazing when you stand on this tee. You see all of the canyons around, but there is a little green area down there surrounded by a couple of bunkers. It's a great-looking par 3. Rich, it's gone.
In the hole. You do not see that every day. That, folks, is a hole-in-one. Wow. That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Now minus 10 for the round. From a par 3 to a par 5 here at the 12th. It measures 560 yards, a sweeping dogleg left, and there is some trouble down that left side.
This is a scary tee shot. There's no two ways about it, Rich. You've got to get the ball in play because you can really rack up a good score here. That water very much in play. Doesn't matter what club you decide to hit off the tee. 560 yards actually is reachable, believe it or not. But you've got to get it on the fairway. You don't really have to be too brave and try and take too much over there. The other thing, too, to consider about is this green is nearly half the length of an NFL football field. It's 55 yards from the front of this green to the back of the green. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle-nosed down.
Can't even see it from here. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
And this one starting down the right does not look like it's going to draw back towards the flag.
But it will catch the green. But that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. And the computer dials this one up at 26 feet. Could it be? And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
These putts keep the round together. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 13th hole, and Frank, Wolf Creek is really kind of a macho golf course because you can stand on a tee like this and say, you know what? I'm going to take this one over the mountains.
And then, if you do, then you flip the coin. Is it in play or is it out of play? This is one hole. You just you realize you're in the middle of the desert, that's for sure. And one hole that you think, if I play this hole a couple of times, I might just get the hang of it.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
This, the second shot here at the par 4. Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Will make birdie if this drops. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Frank, describe the layout here at the 14th hole. It's 444 yards, and what a beautiful hole.
It is, and it's a beautiful view. You see everything from the top of that tee there. It's a hole that keeps bending to the left. There's enough bunkers down the left there to actually take your eye. That's why you got to fixate on something in the distance that's a much better line than worrying about that wall of sand down the left side.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. So young and so accomplished already. Jordan Spieth, ready with his approach.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Little uphill to this green, Frank. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. This for Jordan Spieth's birdie. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Here at the 15th hole here at Wolf Creek, bit of a breather here. Nice, short par 3. You don't want to miss this green.
No, that's the temptation there. If you try and bite off a little too much because it looks a little too easy, then a bogey here, and you're in a bad mood all of a sudden at Wolf Creek. It's like cyber vision, shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. He's putting for birdie now. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just 5 feet left. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Jordan Spieth can really roll it. Has good feel. Let's see what he does with this putt. I mean, almost hard to believe. 13 under already. Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, another good scoring chance.
If you can avoid the confusion off the tee, it looks like the hole might be a dogleg, then is it a carry? It meanders from one way to the other. But really, when you actually break the hole down, it's virtually straight ahead. Those two bunkers in the driving distance, they frame the hole nicely. So play it as a straightaway par 4. It should set up beautifully for just a little short iron and perhaps a birdie opportunity.
Well, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. You know, that one is going to end up in the rough. No fairway here. This one in that rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank, downhill shot here. Will he have to take it just a little bit easier?
Yeah, be careful with the ball position as well. If you play the ball too far forward and try and scoop it, it's not going to work.
Getting set now over the putt. Frank, that is nothing more than a punch to the gut.
No, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added, though.
I mean, takes the wind right out of your sails. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. He's made it. Frank, this is really a cool closing stretch here at Wolf Creek. Short par 3 15th, the short 4 at the 16th, and now the par 5 17th. You can make up some ground in a hurry as you come down the finishing stretch.
You certainly can. A good drive short of the little stream creek that runs across there, and this is doable as a two-shotter. You find the bunkers or trouble off the tee, then obviously you're forced to lay up, leaving that third shot across the water. But really a fun hole if you want to try and take that second shot on.
Good strike. Good lie. Good chance to attack the pin. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, off, off. Rough.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. And setting up here in the rough. This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just a couple of feet. Under on the deck. And getting ready for the putt. Unstoppable right now. That's an eagle. Finishing hole here at Wolf Creek is only 307 yards. Frank, where's the trouble here?
Short and to the right of this par 4. Really, there's a multitude of options off this tee. You could hit an iron, you could hit a fairway wood. Even some might try and hit a driver, but that's a little too risky. There's too many problems up ahead if you try and take this hole on. Really a short club off the tee, leaving yourself some area of 100, 70 yards, and you're going to be putting for birdie more often than not. Off the flight path again.
Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well. Just when you think you're going to make birdie, now have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. This would give him the par. Not a problem from there. Right in the middle. Frank, solid effort today. What's your assessment?
Golf like that can certainly result in wins, that's for sure. But more importantly, the opportunity to get one.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. We're here in Fife, Scotland, known to many as the home of golf. They've been playing the game here since the 15th century. Today here at the old course at St. Andrews, this historic linksland will be the battleground for the most decorated golfers of the modern day. Rich Lerner alongside my partner Frank Nobilo for EA Sports will be calling all the action out here today. Frank, when you think of St. Andrews, what sort of memories come to mind?
Rich, I think you've got to think of the Swilcan Bridge first and foremost. And that's a little bridge that crosses the burn as you go down the 18th. Every great player that's ever played this game has walked across that bridge and had a look back. And it's just a golf course that continually grows on you. This is where the game started, and it's a monument forever and a day.
And that Swilcan Bridge has connected the generations, from Jones to Jack, from Jack to Tiger. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Frank, on the second shot here at this first hole, a player will get a good sense of the winds here and how they can play a role at the old course.
And they'll also get a good sense of exactly how punishing this golf course can be.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter.
It's that sneaky distance.
Par bid here. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but left is always the safe side of the golf course, but the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. One under early in the round. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
On the tee box here at the third now, Frank, all of these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in a kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the old course?
No, well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or a short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Nice. Looks good.
That's an absolute beauty.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. That will be a great look at birdie. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. At the 4th hole now, and Frank, this one looks as though it might require a little bit of club selection off the tee. What are we looking at, partner?
Well, there is 2 ways to play the 4th off the tee. You can hit it down the right side, but it really starts to narrow up and it's slightly shorter. Most players go towards the middle of the golf course and try and get it on that plateau. But this, certainly the first hard hole you see at St. Andrews.
That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
Should be safely on deck.
That is a beauty, a real beauty. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Now a chance for a birdie. Bottom of the barrel, and now to 2 under. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
.190-yard shot now.
Well, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Frank, how do you do there?
Not bad, just inside sort of 8 or 9 feet left.
This is position A, right in the fairway, and 180 yards to go. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Not very happy with that one. These putts keep the round together. Under on the deck. Just the tap in to finish the hole. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Moving on to the par 4 sixth hole here at the birthplace of golf. This hole shares a green actually with the 12th. How do you work your way around this hole, Frank?
Some sort of tee shot. 3 bunkers that look like they're in the left center of the fairway and a series of bunkers down the right. So somehow bisect those, and then you set yourself up to a green with a false front.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. This is for his birdie. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Now, 7th hole here at the old course, Frank.
Ideal line, just hit your tee shot over the march stone. The bunker on the 11th green actually often comes into play, called the shell bunker. So anything a little bit right of that, but very difficult green for the approach shot coming up.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Frank, one of our colleagues at Golf Channel, Brian Hammond's always liked to say, keep it in the short grass. It is nice to play from the fairway.
The game's so much easier from the fairway. Less decisions to be made. You don't have to worry about a flyer or the lip in front of the bunker or a tree. The game almost appears straightforward for me.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now a 7-footer. Good round going at 6 under. Par 3 8th hole here at the Open Championship. And Frank, why is it so difficult to get the ball close here?
Well, there's the bunker on the left side. There's a little bit of a downslope there. This is the first par 3 that you'll play, and it's just tough to judge that distance perception. You've really got to be accurate on your yardage here.
That's well played. And now a good look at birdie.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
He'd love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. Really has a feel on these greens. That is another birdie. This is impressive. Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. And Frank, the Open Championship coming back to the home of golf this summer.
Yeah, and remember, too, the last time it was here, Louis Oosthuizen at the 9th hole, he had no problem driving this par 4. So let's see if you can do the same. If you can carry that last bunker down there, there's every chance that your tee shot can run onto this very flat green.
Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
From that distance, it's more than good.
Beautiful looking shot right here. That was just a beautiful drive. And hit it solid and right in the middle.
No snack, though.
So the Eagle goes begging. He still has this for birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So with that make, now at 7 under par. And in for birdie. Starting the second 9 here at the Open Championship, Frank, with a par 4 10th.
Well, this is another chance really to drive a par 4, especially if you're again, but you've got to hit those that tee shot a little left of those two bunkers that are just short and right of this green. But course down the left, you've still got to be careful. You just flail away. But this hole, what a great name. It's called Bobby Jones.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. This, the second shot here at the par 4. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. And setting up here in the rough. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Right under par, for the round. Well, no problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Hole number 11, the Eden, is really the finest medium-length one-shotter in all of golf, isn't it, Frank?
Well, this hole's been copied by many an architect for the reasons why it's normally very, very difficult to make a hole of this length, or should I say this short, so difficult. But they've managed to do that here at Eden with that Strath bunker in the front and the severe sloping on either side of that bunker.
That can really be brutal, can it?
It certainly does. And if you have any doubt there, you'll come unstuck at 11.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. These putts keep the round together. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Just a sloppy hole, no other way to say it, and it results in a double bogey. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the old course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden estuary to the right, and obviously a nice view of the township of St. Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lick their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par. Rich, one of the problems with the 12th hole is the severity of these ridges on the green. If you've got a pitch shot or a short shot coming in here, not only do you have to get the distance right, but you've got to get the right spin on the ball, whether it kicks forward or you want it to stop.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants to do over there.
Eight is not enough. That is 8 under par with that birdie. He needs this for bogey. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 11th hole seems to have shaken his confidence. Moving on now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers. The first one is called nicks, and then the other two up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. Get left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. From the rough, just a bit to the right, though.
The ball always starts where the club face is pointing. And this one, just right of the intended line.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. This is that awkward length.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 14th is a big par 5, chance to make a big move, but also possibility of making a big number if you're not careful.
Yeah, you've got to be very aware of the out of bounds on the right side, even though it does move to the right. Ideal tee shot is down the right side that gets very close to that, because then that opens up the second shot and keeps that tee shot away from that crop of bunkers called the birdies. There's a big cross bunker up ahead that has to be avoided for the second shot. If you're long enough, you can reach this par 5 and 2, but this green, with so many undulations, that it is anything other than flat.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. That one is in the bunker. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
And getting ready for the putt. What a sensational putt that was, Frank.
Unbelievable. Pace, line, everything to perfection.
This will be a birdie if it drops. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Time to tee it up here at the 15th as we begin the closing stretch here at the Open Championship of the Old Course at St. Andrews.
There's a big steeple in the distance, so even when it starts to fog in a bit, if you can keep your eye on that, that's a good line off the tee. And you've got to keep it, your tee shot just short of this sort of heather, big crop of heather down the left side. It still leaves you a lengthy second shot, but really that's the safest way to try and play this par 4, 15th. Very good par 4.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
I mean, this skill. And that was sublime.
Just good hands coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Great shot to get the birdie. 10 under par on the day. And now another par for the 16th, Frank, and another hole where precision off the tee is going to be paramount.
Yeah, the norm of the tee is really to avoid a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose. I've never really figured out why they're called that, but it's not the place to be, that's for sure. Stay short of those is the safe line, and then a little pot bunker once again in the front left of the screen called the Wig. That's also to be avoided. Another difficult green. Looks a little simpler from the fairway, but miss your mark with the yardage and you'll pay a premium.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Setting up for an approach shot here. They actually have a few courses at the home of golf, St. Andrews, and one is called the New Course. That's 100 years old, the New Course. So imagine how old the old course is if the new one is a century old. On the way.
Oh, what a bonus.
Settles in over the putt. This would give him the par. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Now at the 17th tee, and Frank, this is really when you begin to feel the weight and the history of the old course bearing down on you.
And you also feel the nerves as well, because you're having to hit it not just at a fairway or over a bush, but over the corner of an out of bounds. And you'll see there's a little sign up there that says Old Course and Country Club. So you've got to pick the exact letter for the line that you want to hit it across. Hit it down the right side, this hole certainly becomes shorter. Left, you find the left and short, you find the road hole bunker. A little right and long, and well, there's a chance of going out of bounds or on the road itself.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Well, it's obvious he is in complete command of his golf ball right now. Now playing the second here at the par 4. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
You'd like that one again.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course. That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there. Just a couple of feet. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Frank, is there a more famous landmark in the sport than the tiny Swoken Bridge?
I think when you think of this game, the way in which we've followed it and covered it, Rich, over the last decade plus, no. It is just symbolic, not just with this golf course, but the game of golf itself, because every great champion has managed to make his foray across to Scotland and play the old course and walk across that bridge. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Getting set now over the putt. Just playing great. 14 under already. Eyeing this putt for a birdie. And drops it in. Really good round out there today. What's the